Hello everyone, good evening. It's Dina coming to you live from North Carolina. If you are catching this on the replay, make sure you drop replay or I missed you down in the comments so I can say thank you for watching me on the replay. I appreciate you. And as always, make sure you turn on those live notifications. All you have to do is tap the screen. You'll get 3 dots up there at the top corner. Click those little 3 dots and then you have some options there. Make sure, first of all, you're following me. So click that follow button. If you do follow me, make sure you drop follow in the comments so I can say thank you for watching or for following me. I appreciate the follows. Oh gosh, I didn't know this was like gone. It's the last one. And then just scroll down just a little bit and you will see the option to toggle on for live notifications. So hi Cinda, how are you? Hi Brenda. Hi Joan, how are you? Hi Anna. Hi Betty, how are y'all doing this evening? Hopefully you're having a great Thursday. It's almost Friday. I'm so glad it's almost Friday. It feels like it's been the longest week ever, probably because I have not worked a full week in a few weeks. So working a full week this week has been long. So hi Lori, how are you? Hi Linda, how are you doing? Yes, Linda, you are catching me live. Richmond caught you live again. Yes, you are catching me live. Hi Brad, how are you? Hopefully y'all are having a great Thursday. Y'all let me know as you are jumping on where you are joining from and let me know what you're having for dinner as well. I'd love to see what everybody else is having. So I'm making some Parmesan meatballs. So I only put meatballs in the description. I gotta leave y'all a little bit curious, like what is she making? Hi Melinda, how are you? How old is my baby now? I have two children. My daughter is 25 and my son is 14. So they're not so much babies anymore. So my son will be entering 9th grade next month. My daughter, she's already graduated college. So she's on her own. Melinda, you're having meatloaf? Oh, yum. I have not made meatloaf in a while. I need to make some. Yes, hello again. If you joined me earlier, thank you for watching for the second time today. Earlier, if you missed it, I was talking about like other options other than like grain and pastas and rice if you're following keto. Other carb options, better, healthier carb options. So, and I shared a few cheat sheets in the comments. If you missed that earlier, go back and watch that live. Hopefully you found that helpful. I'm trying to do 2 lives a day because I really want to stick to cooking dinner in the evening and then provide some more value in the maybe earlier in the day. So hi Cindy, hi Rainbow. Oh, that's a pretty name. Is that your real name? Hi Christopher. That is a beautiful name if it's not a nickname. But hello, how are y'all this evening? So y'all excited that tomorrow's Friday? I know I am. So this week my son has vacation Bible school, so I had to run him to Bible school, and I usually when I get off work at 5 o'clock I go walk and then I come in and cook dinner. However, we're kind of having to mix it up a little bit because vacation Bible school this week. So hi Beverly, hi Darlene, how are y'all doing today? So yeah, I just took him to vacation Bible school. I think his favorite part is dinner. So I'm like, what are you doing at vacation Bible school? He's like, we had dinner and we had snacks. I'm like, okay. Yes, you are catching me live. Thank you for sharing as well. Yes, if you found value in this, please share. Sharing helps me a ton. You can share to your personal page. You can share to a group page. I will post the recipe for this down in the description in the comments when I'm done. So you'll have the recipe for this one. So this is a Parmesan meatball. So we're gonna make this with some ground chicken, which most grocery stores carry. If your grocery store doesn't carry ground chicken, of course you can use ground turkey. Try not to like touch it. That's okay. I got a wipe here. I got a Clorox wipe. You can use ground turkey or you can ground your own chicken. Just get some chicken breasts and put them in like a food processor. And then you can grind it up pretty easily. Hi Alan, how are you doing this evening? Thank you for sharing, Darlene. I appreciate that. So for this recipe, you're going to need 1 pound of ground chicken. 2, if you have a large family, you're going to want to double the recipe. You're going to need about 1/2 of an onion. I'm using a white onion. It's actually the one left over from last night. And y'all know I only used 1/2 of it last night. So I did chop that up. So we're going to go ahead and throw this in. We're going to go ahead and start throwing this stuff in the bowl. I tried to chop it as finely as I can. I need one of those chopper things, like press it down. Like I need one of those. Hi Rhonda, how are you? Oh, you thought I had, no. My kids are older. No babies here. I don't know why this thing's dripping. Let's have some water in the being washed in the dishwasher. All right, so we have a pound of ground beef. We have 1 diced onion, about a half of a white onion. You can use a yellow or whatever kind of onion you have is fine. Hi, Christy, how are you? Blue is my color. Well, thank you. All right, so we're gonna add in 1 egg to this mixture. Now, a few of my meatball recipes don't call for an egg. This one does. Now we're gonna add, so what makes this keto, and for those that are new, make sure if you're new, you're dropping new in the comments. I do follow a lazy keto lifestyle. So my recipes are pretty much all keto friendly. Keto, they fit in the low carb lifestyle as well. If you're following low carb, they would also fit into that lifestyle. Also, most of my recipes are gluten free as well, because I really have to watch gluten. I can't have a lot of gluten. I don't have a gluten allergy. I can't digest it. Hi, Susan. How are you doing this evening? Hope you're having a great Thursday. Hi, Martha. How are you? So I'm, instead of like panko breadcrumbs, I'm using pork panko. Most Walmarts carry this. It's in the baking section. It's a very small section. They only have like 2 different ones. They have the Italian seasoned one and the original one. If your store doesn't carry them, you can easily use a food processor and grind up your own. So it's very easy to just grind up your own to make them Italian. You can add some Italian seasoning to them. You're making meatloaf. You're the second one tonight making meatloaf. I guess I missed the memo on that. Hi, James. How are you doing? So we're going to use, since we're following a keto and we want to make this keto friendly, we're using pork. If you're not, you can use regular breadcrumbs. The regular breadcrumbs would work for low carb too. You wouldn't have to use pork. So about a half a cup of breadcrumbs. You know what? I'm going to take the lid off. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? So yeah, about a half a cup of panko. So pork or regular breadcrumbs, just depending on the lifestyle you follow. We're going to add some, let's see, some Italian seasoning to this, about a tablespoon. And I will share the recipe. It'll go down in the comments when I'm done. So, Laura, your Walmart doesn't have them? I'm sorry. Well, it's pretty much just pork rinds crushed up. So, I have a teaspoon, so I'm gonna have to do 3 of these because it calls for a tablespoon, and I guess my tablespoon is dirty. So, 3 teaspoons equal a tablespoon. We're going to add some Parmesan cheese to this. You're going to need both kinds of Parmesan cheese. For the meatballs, I'm going to use the grated. And then when I top them with cheese, when they come out of the oven, I'm going to use the shredded Parmesan. I'm going to pop the lid off of this. I'm not going to stand here and shake this Parmesan cheese out. You'll need about 1/4 of a cup of Parmesan. Let's not let Parmesan cheese fly all over the counter here. Oh, they just don't have the Italian ones. Well, you can easily make them Italian. Just add some Italian seasoning to them. That's pretty much all that makes them Italian. If you don't like Parmesan cheese, you can leave the Parmesan cheese out. My son loves the Parmesan cheese. I call it the stinky cheese. Yeah, Lori, I'll look at the back. Hold on, let's see what it says. It probably just says pork rinds and Italian seasoning. Pork rinds, salt, spices, garlic, onion powder, garlic powder, onion powder. Oh, it doesn't even say Italian seasoning in them, but just put some Italian seasoning in them and you'll get the same result. And the recipe has Italian seasoning in it as well, so you can use just plain. All right, so we have our chicken, we have our panko breadcrumbs, about a half a cup. We have 1/4 of a cup of Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, 1 egg, and some onion. All right, so now just a few more ingredients. We're gonna add some garlic. So it calls for 2 cloves, which I use the pre-minced garlic that you get at the stores in the produce aisle. About a clove equals about half a teaspoon, so it calls for 2, so I'm gonna use a whole teaspoon of minced garlic. And then we are going to put some pepper, about a half a teaspoon of pepper, and a pinch of salt. And I am, of course, using Himalayan pink salt. This is all we use in our house. If we have regular table salt in here, it's just for maybe when it snows and it goes on the sidewalk when it snows outside. So salt and pepper and some parsley, about 2 tablespoons of parsley. And that's it. So we got this well mixed. We're gonna roll out these meatballs and we're gonna fry these. I'm gonna fry them in a cast iron skillet. First, I'm not gonna completely cook them. I'm just gonna brown them on both sides, and then I'm gonna put the skillet in the oven. The oven's at 400 degrees. Let's start heating this up because it is not gonna cook if I don't start heating the skillet up. Hi Penny, how are you? Spreading Parmesan cheese all over the kitchen. It does sound like fun. All right, some parsley, about 2 tablespoons, which I don't have a measuring spoon anymore, so a tablespoon is about a palmful. So who on here measures everything? So when y'all are watching, I usually measure. When y'all aren't watching, I don't usually measure. I know kind of the measurements of spices because I have every spice pretty much under the sun here in my kitchen somewhere or another. Hey Gail, how are you doing? Melinda, you measure? All right, so we're just gonna get that parsley well combined and we're gonna start rolling these out. This will probably make about 16 to 18 meatballs, just depending on how big you make them. All right. So this will take longer than probably even cooking them, rolling them out. So what are y'all having for dinner tonight? Christy, you guesstimate? Yeah, I'm pretty heavy-handed with meatballs, so I really try not to make them too big, but sometimes I make them a little too big. So about that size, about the size of a golf ball is good. You can make these with ground beef as well if you want. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the skillet already. I already put that in there before I went live. So, does pork rinds change the beef flavor? Well, this is chicken, but no, it really doesn't. You can't really tell the difference. You know, if you're not following keto, you can use the regular breadcrumbs. If you're not following keto or low carb, you can use the regular breadcrumbs. If you are following keto, then you would want to use the pork panko. But no, it doesn't change the flavor. In my opinion, it doesn't. Do you have glass top? Yes, I do. I know some people don't. The thing with a cast iron skillet, because I know a lot of people say they don't use a cast iron skillet on a glass top. As long as I personally, if I heat the pan up on the glass top so it's heating and it's not a hot pan that you're setting on the glass top, it should be fine. And I don't move it around at all. So I keep it on the eye. So I'm actually going to put the skillet in the oven to let these finish cooking. For a long time, I was like, I'm not using a cast iron skillet on my glass top. But I, found out that it's actually okay. Just the key is don't move it around. If you're one that likes to kind of move your pan around all the time while you're cooking, you may not want to do that because it might scratch it up. But hi Candace, hi Cynthia, how are y'all doing this evening? Yeah, Lori, I don't think I would say it don't change the flavor either. Yeah. Anybody else on here if y'all have been using panko, what do y'all think? I do have a few recipes that don't call for any breadcrumbs in them. Actually, the Parmesan cheese is a really good binder in meatball recipes. I might have to start throwing some of these in the pan because I feel it over here getting warm. And Raymond, you have to measure. Well, yeah, if you're using hot, I can't touch the screen, I can't scroll. But yeah, if you're using spicy, you might want to measure, because a lot of I have to when I'm using like Cajun seasoning or something like that, because I think it's not enough. Like if I sprinkle it on there, I'm like, that don't look like enough, and I add more, and then it's like way too hot. So yeah, like with Cajun seasoning, I would probably measure that out. However, I didn't last night, but the recipe I made last night called for Old Bay, and that's not really spicy. So, I mean, I don't think it is. We were talking about the recipe last night. It's a good recipe if you like Old Bay seasoning, which most people like that on seafood. But it would be good just with a garlic seasoning. It would be just as good, if not better. All right, I'm gonna have to start throwing some meatballs in there because this is getting warm. Or we'll turn it down. Hi Candace, how are you? Green bean salad with meatloaf. Yeah, it seems a lot of people are having meatloaf tonight. I did not get the memo to cook meatloaf. I don't have, well, I might have some ground beef in the freezer. Hi Candace, how are you? We are making a Parmesan meatball. So right now I'm just rolling out meatballs. I think I'm gonna have more than I thought. So I'm gonna have to start getting these in the eye. Y'all see it's over here smoking. So we're only browning these on both sides. We're not actually gonna cook these through. We're gonna put these in the oven at 400 degrees for about, now that's getting really hot. About 15 to 20 minutes. All right, so I'm going to start throwing some of these in there. Hot. What do you have? Meatballs? These are Parmesan meatballs, so no, they're not spicy. But the skillet is hot. Hi Nicole, how are you doing? So it is hot here. It is like so humid. They actually had on the weather just a minute ago when the TV was still on in the bedroom in there, and they were talking about there's like a weather advisory here. It's 90. Yeah, it's only like 80. I think it was like 84 here today, but the humidity is awful. The humidity is so high. So I do want to get back out and walk. Hopefully it'll cool off a little bit. Looks good. Yeah, so far we're just rolling out some meatballs. We're going to brown these on both sides. Just brown them slightly. I only have a few more to roll out. I think I got more than I thought I had. Lori, very hot and humid in Illinois too. Yeah, when I was out walking, it was like, I don't know, the crickets or the frogs. You can hear them like when I'm at the lake. If y'all go to the lake or go camping, you probably know what I mean. Like in the nighttime, the little frogs are, what are they? The crickets in the woods. They were out like croaking when I was out walking this afternoon around 2 o'clock. All right, so I think we can get like 2 more. I'm gonna start rolling these around. So as y'all are jumping on, y'all let me know what y'all are having for dinner. Let me know where y'all are coming from too. Look at that little bitty one. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands real quick and then I gotta stir these meatballs up. We were actually thinking about going camping tomorrow. I don't know if we're gonna go or not though. Surprisingly, we have not been yet this year. We've probably usually been 2 or 3 times by now. All right, so I'm just gonna roll these around. Trying to be gentle with them. I don't want them to fall apart. I have so many meatball recipes too. I make a lot of meatballs. So if y'all like meatballs, there's a ton of meatball recipes over in my bio link. There's like 3 recipe books over there. So if you're new, make sure you're going over to the bio link. Also, for y'all that aren't new, you know what tomorrow is, right? It's Friday, so that means Freebie Friday. What are you gonna serve with the meatballs? Yeah, I was gonna ask y'all, what do y'all like with meatballs? I'll flip this around real quick. I know I said don't move it, but I gotta get these meatballs. You can definitely make some broccoli. Of course, that's my go-to all the time. Just trying to get them, make sure I got them all turned over. I think I turned the oven down a little bit too low. I'm gonna turn that back up now. So we're just gonna brown these a little bit more, and then I'm gonna stick the whole pan in the oven. So what is the bio link? So Linda, I think I sent you that earlier in Messenger, so you should just have it already. But if you go over to my link, a bio link, if you ever hear anybody refer to that, it's just kind of a link of all my resources. So everything, all my other platforms are there, all my recipes are there, like keto cheat sheets are over there. It's just, that's what they call it on the social media platforms. They call it a bio link. So it's in the about me section on my profile page. So pretty easy to find. Hi Abda, how are you? Hi, broccoli a salad would be really good, Darlene. That's a great suggestion. A salad would be good. Any kind of, like, when you're making Italian, what do y'all think for sides when you I mean, you're not gonna have pasta, so broccoli would be good with some garlic butter sauce on it. You can make some garlic bread. I have made a few different recipes of garlic bread. That would be a good side. But if you really want a vegetable to go with it, I would probably either do a salad or I would do broccoli. I think I turned the oven down a little bit too low. I mean, they're cooking, but they're just taking a little longer than I would like. So we're going to put these in the oven at 400 degrees. They're going to take about 15 to 20 minutes. Once you pull them out of the oven, we're going to add some no sugar added or Rayos or whatever your low carb pasta sauce that you like. We're going to add this to the right to the pan. You can drain off any grease if you want to, but this is chicken, so if it was like beef, you would definitely want to drain off the grease. But this is chicken, so it's probably not going to have a whole lot of grease. But you can drain that off and then add your pasta sauce. And we're going to add some mozzarella and some Parmesan cheese, and then you can top it with some parsley as well. So, hi, Annette, how are you? You like fried red cabbage? Hello, how are you? I like cabbage. I like raw cabbage. I don't like cooked cabbage. I love coleslaw. But yeah, I've never been a fan of cooked cabbage. But yeah, you can have whatever side dish you want. If you like green beans, of course, you know, you want to go with your leafy green vegetables. As we talked about on my live earlier today, a spinach salad would be really good. So spinach is a really low carb, so definitely you could load your plate up with some spinach. Sounds good, yes. So yeah, we're gonna top this with some cheese once we pull it out of the oven, and then it's ready to go. So it's chicken, so you definitely want to make sure you cook it all the way. Hi Mona Lisa, how are you? Hi Donna, thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all. As you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming from. We are making Parmesan meatballs. So if you're just jumping on, we already have them mixed up. We already have them in the frying pan. We're gonna put these in the oven here in just a second. Just trying to get them brown on both sides. All right, so we're gonna turn that down. Just if you put a pan in the oven, make sure you pull it out with a pot holder, please. Y'all, take my advice. Like, you need to make sure you got a pot holder available and ready. I have actually done it, and it's not fun. So if you're putting your pan in the oven, you don't put your pot holder in the oven. Just have it ready, available. Thinly sliced, yeah, like spaghetti squash ramen. Yeah, that would be good to add to them if you kind of wanted to have like a spaghetti and meatballs type dish. All right, so we're gonna stick this in the oven. And putting my timer on. I am the world's worst for not setting the timer. I always put things in the oven and forget to set the timer, but I never burn anything, so. Hi Peggy, how are you? I'm not sure if I said hi to you already, but thank y'all for jumping on this Thursday. I appreciate y'all so much, especially the ones that have watched me twice now. Please make sure you're sharing this out. Tomorrow is Friday, so on Friday, if you're new here, again, make sure you're dropping new in the comments. Hi Pam, how are you? If you're new here, make sure you let me know and drop new in the comments, especially if you're following keto, because I can get you access to a ton of resources, or you can just go over to the link in my bio. If you are secretly watching me, I had someone reach out to me the other day. She was like, yeah, I'm a secret watcher. I've been for months. But y'all reach out. I have a ton of resources that I can share with you. But if I don't know you're watching, I can't share those with you. So I promise I won't spam you or anything like that. But as always, if you are trying to message me and I'm not responding, please make sure to send me a friend's request as well. You do have to be on a PC or off the Facebook app on your phone. Unfortunately, the Facebook app does not have the friend button on it, but I do have a friend button. You do have to just go on a PC and my friend button is there. So send me a friend request and then I will get your messages. So if we're not friends, the messages go over to spam folder. Because Facebook thinks they are spam. I know you're not spamming me. And I would never spam you either. So thank you, Pam, for sharing. I appreciate you. But yeah, every single Friday I do a raffle. So to be entered in my raffle or have a chance to be entered into the raffle, all you have to do is share out any of my live videos throughout the week. I choose the, now that it's Friday, you can kind of scroll back and look through. I choose the one with the most shares. So if you share the one with the most shares out, you probably will have your name on the spin wheel, and whoever it lands on gets a free mini dash griddle from me as a thank you for sharing me out. So please share where there will be value, like a group page, keto, low carb, or something like that. So let's see what else I have. And tomorrow is Freebie Friday as well. So there's every single Friday we give away ketones. So we give away 20 servings of ketones to 10 people every single Friday. So if you're following keto, I personally follow Lazy Keto and I do also drink ketones. I'm not mixing up any tonight. You usually see me mixing them up on my live. I actually had a keto up around 4 o'clock today. So I'm not mixing up a caffeine free right now. That's too soon. But I do also drink exogenous ketones. They help me with energy and focus. So a lot of people drink them for different reasons. If you're following keto, you really want to achieve ketosis. That's the goal. That's where ketones can kind of help aid in that. It's a supplement that you can take to help aid and kind of boost your results on a keto lifestyle. And two, if you're like, I can't do keto, I'm not gonna, I love your recipes, but I can't do keto. You actually don't have to. If you just want to drink ketones, you actually don't have to follow keto at all. But my recipes are still really good. So, hi Robert, how are you? Hi Linda, I look too young to have a daughter that's 25. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, she is 25. She'll be 26 in October. So, you thought I was in my early 30s. Yeah, I'm not. I got a birthday coming up in August, and I will be at level 46. So I don't mind sharing how old I am. So hi, Nikki. How are you? But yeah, in my 40s, getting on up there. But yeah, ketones definitely keep you young. That's what I say. A lot of people are like, you're aging backwards. So definitely the keto lifestyle. I've been following keto since 2018. And it's definitely really changed my life. It's really helped me kind of get my health back on track following keto, and then adding ketones about 2 years ago have actually even boosted that health journey even more. So I will never not share them. So if you're against ketones, I understand. However, I do like to be fully transparent and make sure I share all the resources available to you. Whatever you choose to follow, if you just want to do keto, that is totally fine. I have a ton of resources for you. If you want ketones, I can definitely help you with that as well. A lot of people follow strict keto like I did and kind of get stuck, and they're like, I'm not losing any more weight, I'm not losing more fat, I don't have the energy. You're not maintaining a state of ketosis. And some people try really hard and still don't maintain it. So I get it, it's hard. I did it for several years and struggled until I was introduced to ketones, and I was like, oh, that was like the light bulb moment. The light bulb went off. Yes, 32, about 40 anniversaries of birth. Hi, Hamza, how are you? So I hope I didn't miss anybody jumping on, but again, I appreciate y'all jumping on this evening and spending a little bit of your Thursday with me. I still have 10 minutes on this, so I'm not going to keep y'all on while this is cooking, but I will share the recipe for this down in the comments. And if you want to see a picture of how it turned out, I used to share like the food pictures in the comments, and I haven't done that in a while. So if that's something y'all want to see, like you want to see the end result, y'all let me know. I can definitely share pictures in the comments when I'm done. So, but I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see y'all back tomorrow for Friday. I do a grocery haul on Friday. So if you're new to following keto and you want to kind of see what I buy at the store, and kind of maybe get a glimpse of what I'm going to be cooking this week, join me tomorrow evening around 7:30ish. To see what I get at the grocery store. A lot of people really love grocery hauls, so, and I haven't done one. I couldn't do it last week because Facebook was down, so you want to see the end result. Okay, I'll post a picture. Hi, B, how are you doing this evening? So, but again, I appreciate y'all a ton. I hope y'all all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see y'all back tomorrow. Bye, y'all.